Good evening and welcome to our show, Going Public. I'm Renee Fonseca, and joining us tonight are the 2025 Terrebonne Parish School District Teachers of the Year. We have with us Miss Christy Trish, Miss Leah Wazan, and Miss Christine Spees. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight and congratulate you on earning this honor of Teacher of the Year.
Thank you.
Most of you are going on to compete at the state level, so good luck on that as well. First up, we have Miss Christy Trish, who is a teacher at Berg Elementary and is the Terrebonne Parish Elementary Teacher of the Year. How long have you been teaching, and how has your teaching style changed over the years?
I've been teaching for 28 years. When I first began my career, I was teaching first grade, self-contained, back before we had state standards, before we had a curriculum that guided us. And as time has gone on, and I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of other teachers and extend my knowledge, I have now integrated a lot of technology into my lessons, and we are now using a much more guided, scripted program, and our standards drive our instruction today.
And what do you do differently to teach your students, and how do they achieve success?
We begin by identifying their strengths and weaknesses and working on closing those skill gaps. And we use a lot of small group instruction and a lot of technology to where we're monitoring our students throughout the entire lesson, so that we're not waiting until the test to find out whether or not they're successfully meeting the standard.
And how did you get into education?
When I was a child, I struggled in school, and there was a teacher, my fourth grade teacher, taught me to believe in myself, and from there, I wanted to make a difference in children's lives like she did for me.
And how do you work to ensure that your students get the best education possible?
I'm always learning. I'm always self-reflecting and trying to improve my craft so that I can be the best instructor that they deserve. And I'm always researching and learning from other teachers.
And so speaking of teachers, if a new teacher was coming into the field, what advice would you give to them?
Self-reflect. Talk to your peers, find out what's going on in other rooms, what's working, continue to improve your education, go back to school, work on national board certification, because I take a lot of pride in knowing that I'm offering a level of education that is at a national level. My students are prepared to go anywhere in the country.
And what has been the most rewarding part of your job as an educator?
Seeing the light bulb go off in my children's eyes.
And so many people have that answer. It's amazing, as you know, a teacher as well. Also joining us tonight, we have Miss Leah Wazan, who is the Terrebonne Parish Middle School Teacher of the Year from Grand Caillou Middle. Congratulations to you also. What led you to become an educator?
Well, honestly, when I went to college at Nicholls State University, I went to get my bachelor's in nursing. I was in nursing for 4.5 years. I had finished all my classes, and all I had left was my clinicals. They had a long waiting list for clinicals, and I didn't want to stop my education, so I went into education. And fortunately, I had taken enough biology classes to where I was able to get a minor in science. So ever since then, I've been teaching science, biology related for 26 years now.
And I know previously you were in a high school setting, and now you are at a middle school. How has that transition been?
The first year it was a little bit different. The discipline is a little bit different. In high school, you don't have to worry about, kids getting out of their desk. Middle school, you do. So it's just the simple things. But the kids in high school are pretty much the same kids in middle school. So as far as classroom management and stuff like that, everything was pretty much the same. As long as you form relationships with the kids, the job's easy, you can teach.
And I know that, besides being a teacher, you must have outside activities. What do you like to do on your spare time?
On my spare time, I like to cook, and I like to fish, and I love going to the beach.
Ooh, sounds fun. Mm-hmm. What do you enjoy the most about your job as a teacher?
I enjoy the growth. The growth is amazing. Teaching down about your kids, and they come to me, and where they start at and where they end at, it's just amazing. It's the growth.
And how many years have you been in the educational system?
This is my 26th year.
And what are your future plans? Do you want to move up ever into administration?
No, honestly, no. I don't want my master's. I don't want to move up into administration. I don't think I would be fulfilled in the growth with the kids. That's why I never went back. I mean, it would have been easy for me to go back, but I enjoy the kids.
And then what has been the most rewarding part of your job as a middle school or high school teacher?
I guess it all goes back to forming relationships with the kids. You know, I've had former kids and students, you know, call me and see me out and, you know, them thanking me for the stuff that I've done for them. That's the fulfillment that I get.
Very rewarding.
Yes.
Also joining us tonight, we have the High School Teacher of the Year, Miss Christine Spees from H.L. Bourgeois. I want to congratulate you again and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Can you please give us an overview of your background and what led you into education?
Yes, I took a long, winding road to become a teacher. I started out after graduating from LSU in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, as a journalism major and worked at CNN Atlanta, and then went to Washington, D.C., then traveled out to Seattle, Washington, and then there worked in TV there, started up a news network, became a mom there, and then got into the pharmaceutical industry, also did some HR work, and then came back home for just, you know, family, so my daughter could grow up down here. And my daughter ended up growing up and graduating from Morgan City High School. And so I became a teacher. My mom and dad were retired educators from St. Mary Parish. My dad was the one, it was his idea. And I was like, oh, I'm not sure about that. But he's like, you're a natural, I know you are. And I ended up starting out in elementary school and then got certified in several areas and then went where my passion was. So I taught public speaking in high school and then business. And then it led me to my current position, which is JAG Specialist, which is Jobs for America's Graduates.
Can you give us a little overview of the JAG program?
Yes, I am very passionate about JAG. Jobs for America's Graduates is a life coach, career coach, mentoring program. And not only do I teach my current students that I have at H.L. Bourgeois, which I get to interview them and select them. They first have to express need to be in and want to be in the program. They are recommended by teachers, have to interview, and so it's a really great group that really wants to serve, wants to better themselves, and they learn everything from life skills, those kind of soft skills like teamwork, professionalism, to hard skills such as interviewing, resumes, cover letters, basic things like that. And the beauty of the JAG program to me is after they graduate. So I have my current students and then my graduating seniors, I get to follow up with them once a month for an entire year. And that really doesn't go on it goes on beyond a year. So I seem like I'm always on call, which is a labor of love. So I don't really mind that. I'm glad to be there for them. And it's just a very rewarding position. When I taught business, I did some of that stuff anyway, intuitively, and because I wanted to, and the JAG program is part of their program. It's that mentoring and follow-up.
What has been the most rewarding part of teaching JAG?
The most rewarding part of teaching JAG is to see students who start off maybe not secure in their public speaking skills and their confidence, and teaching them that part of being a good citizen and a successful adult is having a heart of service. So they learn to serve their community, and then in serving the community, they network with people they may have never had the courage to talk to. We bring in speakers, they go on field trips, and we model professionalism to them. They get to go on amazing conferences and places they may have never been able to go to. So it's really rewarding to see them blossom as young adults. And then the best part of it is when they get to come back and come and speak to current students about their successes and how the program helped them. It's really rewarding for me to see that.
And I know with your program, you have to do certain community service activities. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Community service can be done at the school. They can do it on their own, or we do a lot of group community service. I found that just sending them out in the community on their own doesn't give many of them a lot of support. So they really have been doing better when I show up with them. It's bonding for the group. I can still, after hours, model those behaviors that I want to see and that they can bring forth into the workplace. So the group community service activities have been way better. They can also do community service within the school setting because many of them have transportation limitations or they have jobs, so they can get their hours done in school. So they're required to get 5 per 9 weeks, so 20 a year. And many of them go beyond that. We do incentives to actually serve beyond that. And so I give them graduation cords if they do that. So.
And it's rewarding to them to be able to see what they are actually accomplishing in that
Absolutely.
aspect.
Yes.
What is your life motto, and how do you incorporate this into your classroom setting?
Well, everyone knows that my motto is dream big. We're at H.L. Bourgeois. I love dream catchers even before I got to that school. And so I was a kid that came up in really humble beginnings. My mother had a terminal illness, and my dad raised 5 children on a coaching salary. It was very rough at times. I didn't have a lot of hope growing up, so I still dream big, and I accomplished a lot of pretty cool, exciting things. And I always tell my students, if I can do it, you can do it. I really do believe in people. I believe in my students, anybody, and I love to motivate people to just push forth and go for whatever they want to go for. Let's find out a plan. Let's see if we can do it, and stay positive, and let's get it done.
Well, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. I can definitely hear the passion in your voice towards education. Good luck with the state level of the competition. And once again, congratulations. I would like to thank you, our viewers, for watching. Don't forget to join us every week on Going Public. Good night.